Imagine this. You're sitting alone in a quiet room. In front of you is a small black button. A voice speaks softly. If you press this button, something good will happen in your life. You won't know what, you won't control when, but it will help you. You feel curiosity, a little hope. Your hand slowly moves closer, and then it stops. Nothing bad is connected to the button. No pain, no punishment, no loss. Still, your body doesn't press it. Your chest tightens slightly. Your fingers hesitate, and without understanding why, you pull your hand back. You didn't reject the button. You rejected the unknown. Not because you didn't want something good, but because something older than logic just made the decision for you. And it said one word: no. That moment in the room feels simple, but psychologically it reveals something powerful. Human behavior does not begin with choice, it begins with protection. Before the thinking mind decides, the nervous system scans. It asks whether something is safe, whether it is familiar, whether it is controllable. This scan happens in milliseconds, faster than language, faster than reasoning, and faster than awareness. When the nervous system senses uncertainty, it does what it has always done. It restricts, it narrows options, it reduces exposure. It chooses the path that keeps the internal world stable. No is one of the fastest ways to create that stability. This is why people often say no even when they want to say yes. Because the nervous system does not care about what you want, it cares about what keeps you regulated. From a neurological perspective, uncertainty activates the same brain systems as threat. The amygdala becomes more active. Stress hormones are released. Attention narrows. The body subtly prepares to protect itself. In that state, yes is expansion, and expansion feels dangerous. No is closure, and closure feels safe. So the word appears not as a decision but as a reflex. This is the first hidden reason people say no against their own desires. The body chooses safety before the mind chooses meaning. But safety from what? Often not from real danger, but from emotional exposure. Saying yes opens a door to change, to expectation, to responsibility, to vulnerability, to being seen. And being seen has always been risky for the human brain. Social rejection once meant loss of protection, loss of resources, and loss of survival. So the nervous system learned a simple rule: when in doubt, reduce openness. This is why people say no to invitations they were excited about, no to help they quietly needed, no to conversations they wanted to have, and no to opportunities they imagined themselves taking. The conscious mind experiences desire, but the nervous system experiences unpredictability, and unpredictability feels like loss of control. The second hidden force behind unwanted refusal is identity protection. Every person carries an internal story of who they are: strong, independent, low maintenance, rational, easygoing, in control, not needy, not emotional. This identity is not just a belief, it is a psychological structure, and the brain protects it automatically. Sometimes saying yes threatens that structure. Yes to support may threaten independence. Yes to closeness may threaten emotional control. Yes to change may threaten stability. Yes to opportunity may threaten the familiar version of the self. So the mind intervenes. It produces subtle discomfort, tension in the chest, slight anxiety, or hesitation that feels like intuition. And that sensation becomes a word: no, not because the person doesn't want the thing, but because the nervous system wants to preserve the image. This is why people often feel confused after they say no, because the refusal did not come from preference, it came from preservation. The mind protected an identity before it explored a desire. The third force is social conditioning. From childhood, humans are trained to regulate themselves to fit. Don't ask for too much, don't take up space, don't inconvenience, don't disrupt, don't change suddenly. Over time, these lessons sink beneath awareness and become emotional reactions. Sometimes saying yes violates these internal rules. Yes to rest can feel lazy. Yes to attention can feel selfish. Yes to help can feel burdensome. Yes to ambition can feel like separation. So the nervous system tightens, and the refusal comes out before reflection. What makes this especially powerful is that the body often feels relieved after saying no. The uncertainty ends. The situation closes. The nervous system returns to a familiar state. This relief teaches the brain something. No works, so it becomes easier next time. This is how behavior is conditioned, not through logic, but through regulation. Over time, the brain learns that refusal brings quick emotional stability. and quick stability becomes preferred over long-term satisfaction. This is why many people build lives that feel controlled but not fulfilling, predictable but not aligned. The fourth force is emotional memory. The human nervous system does not store experiences as stories. It stores them as sensations: tension, embarrassment, shame, disappointment, overwhelm. If past yeses were followed by stress, pressure, or loss, the body remembers. So when a similar situation appears, the memory is activated not as a thought, but as a feeling. The heart rate shifts, the breathing changes, the muscles tighten. The body says, "Last time this hurt." And the fastest way to prevent future hurt is to decline, even if the current situation is different. This is why people sometimes say no and don't know why, because the reason is not in the story. It is in the nervous system. The fifth force is control. Yes hands control to the unknown. No keeps control inside. And the brain prefers internal control to external possibility. Possibility means uncertainty. Uncertainty means vulnerability. So the nervous system favors refusal. This is why people often reject what they want most, because what they want most often carries the greatest emotional exposure: closeness, growth, change, expression, belonging. All of these require openness, and openness feels dangerous to a system trained to survive. So what does this mean? It means many people are not living according to desire. They are living according to regulation. Their choices are shaped less by what they want and more by what keeps them emotionally stable. This is why someone can want connection and still avoid it, why someone can want change and still resist it, and why someone can want opportunity and still decline it. Because wanting is a mental experience, but behavior follows the nervous system, and the nervous system prioritizes emotional safety over emotional truth. The real conflict is not between yes and no, it is between desire and protection, between growth and regulation, and between expansion and familiarity. So how does this change? Not by forcing yes, not by positive thinking, not by motivational pressure, because pressure increases threat, and threat increases refusal. Change begins when the nervous system feels safe enough to allow expansion, when curiosity becomes stronger than protection, and when presence replaces reflex. This starts with awareness. The moment you notice that your no appeared before your understanding, you step out of automation. The moment you pause instead of reacting, you give the nervous system time to settle. And when the nervous system settles, choice becomes possible. Real yes does not come from pushing, it comes from regulation, from slowing the moment, from feeling the reaction without obeying it, from letting the body realize that uncertainty is not danger. The psychology nobody teaches is simple but uncomfortable. Most people are not afraid of the thing they are refusing. They are afraid of how their nervous system feels around it. And until that system feels safe, it will continue to speak first through hesitation, through tension, through withdrawal, and through the smallest word in the human language: no. But behind that no is often a yes that never got the chance to speak.